Hey there, Geminis. Welcome to my channel, Twinfinite Divinity Tarot. I hope you're all well, happy, healthy, wealthy, and abundant. Today we're going to look at the new year, the first 3 months anyways. This is going to be an 8 years, so very abundant. If you haven't started manifesting, it's a great time to do that. 8s are all about getting in the flow of abundance, right? It's also going to be the year of the dragon, so I'm going to start off with the dragon oracle card to see how the year is looking for you all. I'm going to be doing a subscriber surprise for this month as well, so if you're interested in entering, watch till the end and I'll give you all the details. If you don't feel like watching, fast forward, whatever works for you. Anyways, let's begin. Alright. Okay, we have Dragon Rider. And I think for me, the Dragon Rider is all about getting in touch with the magic in the world. Because dragons are ethereal, they're fantasy, maybe you need a dream again. Riding on that dream, right? Alright, so let's see. January for my dear Geminis. The world. It's a great way to start the new year. Oh, the Fortune's Wheel, even better. Okay. So January is the completion of one cycle and the beginning of another one. As long as you're willing to let go of the old and embrace the new, the world's going to open up to you. It could be about travel. You could be traveling. You could be seeing the world, seeing things you've never seen before. The world is all about seeing a new world anyway, so of course everything's going to be different. Now for February, we've got the Fortune's Wheel. As long as you're putting in the work or getting in the vibration of the flow, fortune will rain upon you, right? It's all about which choice are you going to make. You're going to go forward on the Wheel of Fortune, or you're going to go backwards and repeat a cycle again. It looks like you're completing something though, because I have the Fool too, and the Fool doesn't carry baggage with them. Whatever's aligning with you right now, I feel that you're getting in the vibration of starting fresh, like leaving all the past behind, whether that be things that you've held on to out of comfort. Could be anything really, right? It's all about looking at things from a fool's perspective, like not caring, not having expectations, just taking what is most important with you and bouncing, right? But I'll get more clarifiers and see. Okay. It makes sense because what it's saying is I've got the Sun with the 9 of Swords and the 9 of Wands. You may have been going through the definition of crazy is kind of what I'm getting. That's doing the same thing over and over again and expecting the same result and expecting to be happy because of it. Now 9s are all about like right before the 10s where we lay things down and things start to move. So what I'm seeing here is you're willing to lay down the things that have been holding you back, the things that have been keeping you up at night, the things that have kept you guarded and on defense. And the 9 of Wands is all about you've gone through the same thing over and over and over again, but still willing to do it again just to see if it'll change something, which keeps you up at night, which bothers you, which has carried some sort of burden with you, right? And I see now you're ready to embrace the sun and the happiness, and you're tired of living maybe a nightlife or living in a state of being guarded against the world. Maybe just tired of repeating the same cycles on repeat. Let's see, what's this Fortune's Wheel about? Okay. So we have the Nine of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, and the Five of Swords. I think your conflict has stemmed from a place of not feeling abundant within oneself, right? Maybe taking too much on, maybe doing things that you know are not in alignment with who you truly are. Because you're meant to be this Nine of Pentacles. You're meant to be successful. You're meant to be this beautiful, shining example for the world of like how to make it through. And I think that's a lot of conflict for you because maybe you've had a lot of fears surrounding love, or you've had fears surrounding connection. Maybe your heart's been very guarded. Five of Swords also indicate of change, right? And I see that you're going to meet somebody with the Two of Cups, or you have somebody in your energetic field already that is of like minds, right? But maybe they are in the position of loving themselves and being abundant, and it's caused conflict between the two of you because you haven't been in the same vibration. Even though the two of you are very connected, there's been some kind of conflict surrounding like, do I have enough to really invest into this? And I think you're laying those burdens down and laying those swords down and embracing connection, because now you're feeling more worthy, and which that will change that fortune's will as well, is letting go of those fears of you're not good enough, or you don't feel confident enough, whereas the person that's connected to you does. And maybe you've learned from them, but you've also, it looks like there was some kind of conflict between the two of you as well. That seems like it's going to be resolved. Things are about to change. Okay, so the Fool card is clarified by the Page of Wands, the Emperor, and the Judgment card. This is either a return of a person into your life that inspires something within you, that pushes you towards wanting change, or making you look back on your life and being like, okay, I was wrong, but this is what I'm going to do about it. I'm going to man up or woman up and be this emperor, the one that takes control. Now, if you've been in a situation where maybe you've been the abundant one and the person connected to you has been in conflict because they didn't feel well, like secure enough within themselves, that's what's going to be changing, right? And I think there'll be a new beginning in this, something that you're very excited about. It could also be you leveling up within yourself and becoming like the emperor or empress that you are, right? Okay. I'm going to pull from this dark mirror because in order for things to change, we always have to look at our shadows. We have to look at the things that have been holding us back. We have to look at the pain that we've kind of forced down within ourselves. And a lot of times the pain that we're not willing to look at is the reason why we get stuck in these repetitive cycles, because we never learn the lesson. And the lesson is we've got to start with ourselves. Like, we're the only ones that can heal ourselves. So we have to take accountability and actually put in the work to get to the place of change. There. Okay. So, with artificial heart, to me, this is basically like maybe you've shown a lot of love to people, but it's coming from an artificial place. Like you're doing it just out of necessity, or feeling like it's necessary to love everyone. But there's no feeling behind it. It's kind of like you've grown cold because of all the pain that you've experienced along the way. And that in itself is a parasite, right? The parasite is that you've been carrying around so much that it's starting to take hold of your system and the way that you react and the way that you love. And so right now it's just time to really look at those shadows and heal them, because you don't want to live a life of having to please others. And with the masquerade, it's basically saying like you've probably been putting on 5 different masks and giving all of yourself to people, but not a true authentic self. It's more of just wanting others to be happy, but forgetting yourself along the way. And I think that this parasite has gotten a hold of you to the point where you're not really attached to your heart space. Um, Logically, you can make sense of it because you're doing it for the greatest good. But at the same time, if you're giving love from a place of it being artificial or not really feeling the love behind it, then your life can be pretty cold, right? And others around you are happy, but are you? Are you happy just doing things because everybody says it's the right thing to do, or something like that? So let's see. True love is wanting to come in for you, and it says this is the romance of a lifetime. I kind of feel that true love on top of this artificial heart means nothing. So you've got to face those shadows that can open your heart again for true love, to get into the vibration of true love. Like, if you want love, you have to be love. You have to feel it. It has to engulf your soul. And if you don't feel it, then there's some work that needs, or some things that need to be cleared out, you know? Let's see. And then we've got children. Your love life is being affected by your children. Now, this could be your children or someone attached to you's children. Um, it may be hard, let's say that you have kids with another person and you're trying to build a connection with somebody, but a lot of your time and attention is focused still on the children. Because I guess when we love our children, we love them from an artificial place. Like, it's a natural, unconditional love. And that's the way you're supposed to love everybody. So that could be the reason that maybe in the past, you and this Two of Cups have had conflict, is because of children or your responsibilities associated with children. Maybe they had things to do with their children and you had things to do with your children. And so there was never time enough in the past to make it work, because each of your times focused on the children. Okay, romantic feelings. Okay, so romantic feelings means that whoever this person is going to inspire this in you to like feel again. Your heart starts to open back up once you're willing to receive love and give love, because I could see that you love to give love, but you're not able to receive it, and that could be why it's artificial too, because love is a flow. You've got to be open to receive just as much as you're open to give. And so this says your feelings are real and worth exploring. Now, there could be people around you that say that this person isn't right for you, that there's all these things that stand in the way of the two of you being together, and you still have the feelings. And for a while you may have put on a mask and said, like, I don't care, I don't have feelings, I'm not attached to this person to please other people. But in turn, are you the one living your life, or are you letting other people's opinions affect how you make decisions, you know? Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this makes sense. I've got the birds, the fish, and the snake. And this was just like what I was just telling you. You may have a group of people constantly surrounding you, chirping in your ear. They may be people that are very important to you, but their opinions, like, don't make you. That's them. Now, if they were to say the same thing in reverse, I'm sure you would be supportive of whatever they wanted to do when it came to their love. You wouldn't try to interfere. But there's somebody in your midst that does not want this connection to come through, and so there's somebody lying in the grass waiting to like feed your head full of lies, or trying to pull you off of a certain path because either they're jealous, or They are unhappy themselves, so they rather you stay unhappy in order to, um, they keep you around almost. Like they don't want you to have the great love because they don't have a great love. And so you've got to be careful of the people you surround yourself with. If they're not there to uplift you and to support you in all decisions or the decisions that are going to make you happy, then you need to cut the head off the snake. You know what I mean? And quit listening to all the extraneous talk or whatever. Okay. Okay. So the first card to come out is the masculine. There could be, we all carry divine feminine, divine masculine in us. The masculine normally is the one to initiate things. The masculine's the one that kind of controls things or feels the need to control things. So your masculine can be more than your feminine. So maybe this is about balancing your divine feminine, divine masculine. With the birds next to it, though, is something is messing with your self-confidence. Something people are saying, you're letting it affect you way too much. Like, you need to realize that you have all the power within yourself to make your own decisions. You don't have to do just things because others tell you to do them, or they're going to gossip, they're going to talk, but people are going to talk anyways, right? They'll make up lies, they'll make up stories, they'll tell you whatever it is about people, and most of it's not even true. Now, I've got surrender and extremes. So, to me, this is time to surrender the extremes. In the past, you may have had a relationship that was like a roller coaster, very high highs, very low lows, almost like a drug, right? If you take a drug, you get way up here, but then the next day you're way down here. And it's time to bring that moderation into your life. Not everybody is going to feel like that extreme or the low. You know what I mean? They're going to be somebody that's kind of on level ground. They don't expect much. Um, they're not living in the extremes. And I think maybe that's uncomfortable to you because you've lived your life for very high highs and very low lows. So when somebody you meet doesn't give you that feeling of the extreme, you feel that that couldn't be love because it's not extreme. No, extremes lie in toxicity. Drugs, alcohol, people can be very high highs but very low lows, and that's why people get addicted, because they enjoy the high, they enjoy the ups and the downs and all of those things. And it's time to release that and be like, you know what, it's gotten me nowhere, and that could have been what you repeated the cycle for because you really enjoyed those high highs but also hated the low lows, so it's time to let that go. Trying to find moderation, whether that be with somebody that is moderate. It's not somebody that's going to put you through the ringer. You know what I mean? Now, I've got hunger and discernment. Some things you may be very drawn to. Some things you may crave attention. You may crave that ego boost of people telling you you're doing the right thing or pumping your head up or whatever. And that's where that snake comes in. That's the devil telling you this is good for you. And so you hunger for it. But you got to use that discernment, which tells you what's right, what's wrong. And so I think that, I know, being a mutable sign myself, we thrive on change. We thrive on the differences. We thrive on changing our mind all the time, or like I said, the high highs and the low lows, because that's who we are. We do everything to like excess, but very different ways. Very good, very bad, all together, right? So it's time to surrender that. Like, realize that the hunger comes from a toxic place. Look at the shadows and find out why you feel the need to have to go through extreme highs and extreme lows to make you happy, right? Find a happiness at a balanced state. And I think this person coming in is somebody that is very level, and I think you realize like you have to give up the extremes in order to connect with this person. Um, like living a life to where you're happy, just being okay, being at peace. You don't need to do excess in order to be accomplished or to feel good about yourself. You know, a lot of times we base things off of what we see outside of us and instead of looking inside of us to see what really makes us happy. But like I said, it looks like a very beautiful, beautiful um, beginning of the year for you. Dream again, like be willing to ride the dream and just be at peace and be in the ethereal and the magical and just enjoy the moments, you know. But anyways, my dear Geminis, I hope you got something from this. If you'd like to be entered into my subscriber surprise, all you have to do is just leave a comment, like the video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Just tell me like what resonated with you most, or just what your New Year's resolution was this year. I greatly appreciate you as always. I love you guys to the moon, stars, and Mars, and I'll see you in the next one.